we go. Game
Nah,
has
situ bang.
elapsed. 30 seconds in.
Yang ketiga bang ya.
And there's a straight up brawl in mid.
Oh my goodness.
They are going to be taking up a lot of damage. They won't be able to damage the Bakshi
Kaja
as much
di
as they
sini.
would. And of course, Sanji will just be healing him through it. Ogwyn, patented.
Lanjut nih
Tank
pakai
Emblem
Kelvin
set,
ini.
Inspire, pull yourself together, and focusing mark on this Kaja. That focusing mark might end up becoming the thing. Super Marco hasn't won yet with his Harith, but Ogwyn still also undefeated. While this is the very first time this season Sanji is playing an Angela in mid.
The first time we actually get to see Sanji on this kind of hero.
Some might argue that by putting Sanji and
Masih ada
Angela
Ace Medong.
is akin to putting Kyle TZ on a utility jungler.
Yeah.
There's some mechanics you're leaving out for the potential for good macro.
I was thinking the same.
Hero kemenangan tadi tuh.
It felt a bit too similar to. I'm trying to recall which mid laner.
Sean.
Sean
Yeah.
on the Angela.
Oh my god, they forced a flicker out of Sanji. Flap TZ dancing around too.
That could be big though. And that's
Sudah
the first
berdua.
little advantage
JP.
Falcons built up for themselves. But look at the damage on the Flap already. Just from JP and Kraltizi together.
He didn't even use the electrifying beats yet.
Pretty sure it was unlocked at that point.
Yeah, it was. Got in all the stacks, but Team Falcons had to disperse. They could not afford to let that happen or a pick off go over.
Start
to
pertama.
for the objective,
langsung
but
colek.
Kraltizi, he was waiting for Carl there.
Ooh, these two jungler savants are going at it. Maestros of the game. All right, Kyle just lets go. Like, I need my purple first.
Yeah.
They might just hand it over.
Uh-oh.
Sanford going in.
Udah, nggak dapat lagi dong.
Custom execution was that
Mati.
predicted by the Landshaker? Now they go for Kyle. He's gonna be first blood. Flap TZ might be next. A not so good start if you're Team Falcons. He couldn't get out of it even under the turret.
And again, that's the key question. Did Sanford predict that? Because the Landshaker was perfect. Kaltizi Phantom Execution did, and once he reappeared into the map, he was stunned right away by Sanford.
I think he
Dua
did.
kill dong.
Sanford kept tabs on Kyle TZ and said he went to his purple, turned around when he saw the Lord was turtle was really low, and 40 just came at him. That was very well read by Liquid.
Yeah, because you would expect him to just go after you or whoever, but
Nope.
he waited for Kyle.
Man-on-man defense.
And this is rough. It's already a 600 plus gold lead favoring the Lapu Lapu over the Esmeralda in lane. It's only 3 minutes in and we're already getting close to a 2,000 gold lead. Falcons needs to find a comeback somewhere because they cannot allow this lead to balloon.
JB, okay.
Few gets
Hey.
jumped on. Hard guard.
That's a back to shield unity, and look at
Mati
JB, he
dong.
might handle this all on his own, but now with the help of Carl handing over the kill, that's a 2-0-1 start for Joy.
Not like
Langsung
this.
dirasuki gitu
I
loh.
don't think Falcons was in a position to play patsy like that to
Loh.
bait out a response.
Yeah, Falcons are slipping. They are shaky, while Liquid are ruthless. Patented cavalry style. You cannot give Liquid room to punish you because they will make you pay over and over again. This is a lineup that plays around an Angela that now has so many options to give the hard guard to. You can give it to anyone in the team,
Yeah.
and Sanji will not go
Lihat
wrong.
temennya.
That's a Sansan. That's a different version of the Sansan duo. I never imagined seeing Sanji being on an Angela.
I mean, it's accurate. Sanford does have the more muscular body IRL. So I
Oh.
could imagine him just carrying Sanji with Sanji piggybacking on him.
That's true, but who gets to actually win the second objective this time around?
All right, Turtle Dance initiated by
Yeah.
Liquid. JP gets Sanji in him, so that the hard
Langsung
guard spent.
dirasuki gitu.
Turtle still at about half its health. I think Falcons should just let go.
They've lost the early.
Yeah.
It's already a flask of the Oasis for this Angela. They didn't even go chant the talisman for it or anything like that.
Clear sign that Liquid knows they're going for the throat. Oheb picks up an early Sky Piercer even before building the Hunter Strike.
Yeah, that's a rush. They knew they have the early game lead, that there's a high chance that they could just start chaining kills for the
What?
Granger later.
JP
Alright.
came from behind.
Uniknya.
Not an angle you're used to seeing Abasha come from, but few responding the way he should have in that earlier engagement. You can't bait out plays like that early on. He's playing
Oh, gue ini
defensively
lagi
now. This is a
siap
good
di
direction for Falcons.
Okay.
They have to play through a suppress pick, get one pop, and then get out. They can't afford to fight a longer team fight at this point. There's only a
Jadi
Starlium
buku
side or
flapnya.
Super Marco's Harith. They can get either the Joy or the Angela, well, and even the Granger. After they get that pick off, just go.
Oh, JP all alone though. Will he still get to receive the hard card? It seems like Sanji did not pursue. They fully knew that they just had to lose him there.
Uh-oh. How about this time on
Duh.
Oh, Gwen! Okay, maybe this is why we're saying the Kaja isn't as
Yeah,
yes.
It's frail.
it's frail. They knew it was coming out. The swerve again. I don't think even Falcons were banking on the
Hindi
swerve.
ko
I think
na.
they picked that Kaja thinking, you know what, there's a chance. That is already a jungle Basha. And then the sudden swerve, the Joy popping out, and now it's Angelo for everyone. Oh, Falcons, how will you make a comeback? Your playoffs hopes
Flapnya udah mulai
slipping
tebal
away
ini.
little by little as Liquid.
Karat lo sniper.
Sanford's been on point.
Oh.
He's been checking shrubs. He's been controlling the map, and he's been showing up at a really good time. He could be on the way to another MVP performance, honestly. But Cartesi, of course, with the more impressive KDA at 3-0-1.
There is something we're failing to mention. Of everything that happened to Falcons, Flap is actually ahead on EXP, and one might say even in execution over 40. He's keeping tabs on the Lapu-Lapu, see?
Yep. He's not letting go of Sanford. Kyle Teasy, Phantom Execution out. Landshaker already used this time. And
Masih
Kyle
dapat
Teasy will
Kyle
secure the
Teasy sana.
objective. But will Flap Teasy survive this? Owen still not using the Divine Judgment
Hey!
through. Super Marco going in with the
Mati dong
Force on
JP.
JP.
Bang!
And he successfully takes a kill.
How's about that for some pop and stop?
All right, that worked out for Falcons. Liquid, I don't think they expected the sudden burst of aggression.
Udah dapat
I
2
think they were
kill.
already accepting the idea that Caldeezy will just walk away and give the turtle, but yet he was still able to get close enough to get into Thorned Rose Retribution range. And good thing Falcons decided to back them up. It also looked like they weren't ready completely for Marco to go forward. So Marco was alone dashing forward. It was like, all right, yeah, sure thing, Marco, we got you.
All right,
Yeah.
Falcons are close to full-on aggression status once more, but they want to put a stop to this. Super Marco gets Carl on him, forcing a defensive Salmon Force.
It's impressive to think that Falcons did not use the Divine Judgment in that fight though.
Yeah,
And they
Terlebih
still
lanjut,
got a decent trade out of it. But this
1400.
time around, they go in for
Kaya
Super
sneaker
Marco.
tetap mati, Bang.
Owen could only watch.
that is a stampede as you can get with Liquid.
Oh, Gwen!
Okay, using
Suppress.
the Divine Judgment right now, but again,
Target.
there's a hard guard. Better there's strike from Few flickering in,
Nice.
and he gets the shutdown on Carl Teasy.
Flicker di
JP
situ.
and Sanji will just have to walk away.
Here comes,
flicker.
here comes Kyle, 40, playing man-to-man defense once more.
Rasanya
That flicker is
Flicker.
crucial. It could be part of a massive highlight of why Falcons might eventually, if ever they do win this, because they needed to get that kill onto
Yep.
Carl. And that gets a little bit more gold for this Farsa.
Oh,
Loh.
Flap Easy has
4
4
lawan 1.
members on him.
He's actually too tanky, but Sanford still goes in, lands the Landshaker, and now will Flap Teasy get to escape this? It seems like it's a yes.
Masih selamat
Liquid
bos.
relents. They consider Flap Easy a wasted effort to pursue. Falcons gets away with it once again.
Yeah, and I think Falcons hesitated somewhat into getting the tower in mid because it looked like Flap Teasy was getting all that attention, and that meant that they had room to just break the tower there. But I think they were just playing it
pertama udah
careful,
muncul.
especially it wasn't Angela and the Boxer together and the Lapu-Lapu that they just decided to back off. Falcons has equalized in terms of the items and in terms of the resources. Whoever gets this Lord will control the rest of the game, unless a turnaround by anyone.
Falcons starting the dance, a slight advantage, a pull to their side of the Lord pit. JP holding the back. 40 dashing on through. 40 has to play man-to-man defense. On the jump.
JP catches Kyle and might just be able to take him down.
Masih
But
dapat
before they even
Kyle.
get to do that, he secures the objective yet again. Carl Teasy just looking for the targets. They actually take down both Owen and Marco. Flap Teasy, as tanky as he is, he's now up against potentially 4
Mati
members
gak?
of Liquid, and he still dances through
Kenapa
every
balik lagi
single
gitu
one
deh?
of them, but not for long.
That was an odd turn for Flap. You see how he went the other way when he could have just ran straight through that?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Few missed his combo as the Farsa. He wasn't able to maximize the damage that he can dish out with his second skill. That's why I think Flap Teasy decided to bring it a little bit closer to Few there.
Langsung
Another
diulti.
stun into Carl. Oh, no, Few.
Oh, he's right in front of you,
Ya,
and he takes him down.
Flicker nggak dipakai bang.
Submits the wings by wings, but does not flicker away. A part of me thinks he just said, you know what, I'm dead.
Flickernya
This
nggak
is it.
tembus itu
About time I
skill
protected
2
my tier 1 in mid, I'm good.
Joy
Yeah,
dia apa
even if
itu.
the flicker was committed.
Buat
It still
itu
would have
kah?
been enough room for the Joy to dash. No orange buff taken away from Kyle Teasy, and just when we thought it was close enough for Falcons, they got the Lord, yes, but we set the condition. Whoever gets that first Lord could control the rest of the game, unless a
Biar
turn,
gol
and Liquid
1800.
turned perfectly towards Falcons members instead of the objective.
Slow conversion for Falcons, halted immediately by Liquid. They get a passive push up top, though Oheb came in a little too late. So the map looks a little better for Falcons, but just the same, Liquid still have a 2,000 gold lead.
Yeah, it's swinging between less than 1K to 2K now, though. And I feel like it could have been way bigger, but Team
Yeah.
Falcons found their way around things, especially with that shutdown on Carl. So now it's a bit different.
Carl is still 5-1-5 and has a pocket Angela on him. This Joy
Jadi joning-joning orang
Get down.
SME.
Full on hard guard, committed by Sanji.
Langsung
Again,
masuk
what is
gitu
but 20
Angela.
seconds of wait time.
Yeah.
Reduced even by cooldown from then on.
Yep.
Still holding on to 2,000 gold lead. Falcons have to be very specific how they pick the next fight. Luckily, they have a flicker on
Damage deal.
Owen and a Divine Judgment off cooldown.
Yeah, such
Masih
quick
flap
reflexes
tinggi
too,
45.000.
just by seeing that Ogwen was there. And Carl
Uh-oh.
dashed
Udah
into the
dikejar
brush.
kah?
But now it's Flap that they are going to be
Masih
after.
selamat
They
Flapnya.
don't get the kill. Now Kyle TZ goes in. Will just puncture his way out too. And still no Divine Judgment yet.
Oh, I'm sensing Psy warfare between these two.
Yeah.
Neither of them want to fully commit. Either of them just finding ways to get a one-up on them. And I think Falcons won because they got that
Yep.
tier 2 down bot.
Free push down bottom with surprise aggression. And now with Super Marco having the Holy Crystal, Divine Judgment. We're waiting for the combo from Falcons. Who can they pick off through this Kaja that
Jebol
currently
kah?
stands undefeated for Master Ogwen?
Already
Jebol
using the
kah ya?
bravest fighter, but they don't get to defend that tier 1. And all this before the Lord.
Falcons seem to know what buttons to push. And it comes
Langsung
Cole.
kah?
Carl TZ, but their
4
target
orang
goes
gitu loh,
Flap.
ditarik
Is that
dong.
gonna be enough? The Divine Judgment already committed onto him, but he has the hard guard, so he will still survive. But Kyle potentially could have taken someone there, but he was in front of JP.
Oh, a lot of ult spend. Look at all the green.
Few,
Taken out of both. Few.
Oh, Few gets
No, no, no.
stopped. Sanford goes in, but
Few
he
masih
still
selamat
has the
banget.
flicker. Now surviving, Kyle TZ instead changing targets, trying to look for another one. And now JP needs to reset.
The mechanical margins that these two teams are
Flap.
playing with.
No.
On the Flap dancing between Sanji and JP.
Oh.
Carl finds him.
He doesn't want JP to recall, but Carl TZ, he finds the other members. Few will have to reset too. My goodness, the reset, the back
Masih lo
and
pertama
forth.
pun
This is
masih
deadly
ditarik
dogs.
ulur panjang bang.
It's tense. Liquid really wants that upper bracket slot, and getting this win brings them a step closer, while Falcons really want to make it to the playoffs. One mistake, one moment of heroism,
Masih
one
lo pertama
fumble,
loh.
one miracle. Who's gonna get it?
It's a freaky combination between Mortal Kombat and Step Up, but I can't help but watch.
Wait, that sounds like a good movie in any universe.
And that's why we have to watch this. Right now, Game 3 in the Clash of Titans. The legend continues.
Yeah,
They keep
Goknya
serving.
masih
Owen has to
Lancelot
see
bang.
Halberd, Cal TZ with a malefic roar. Items all already locked in.
Pasti
5TZ
karena
only
dia
up to an Oracle,
satu-satunya
but he's still
assassin
very
jungler
tanky
sih.
with all the shields he can absorb through Liquid.
They gotta take care of that top lane.
And I have my eyes on Ogwen.
Have my eyes on Carl.
Siapa yang dapat
Wow, look at
lordnya?
these passive pushes by
Oh my
Falcons.
gosh.
Little by little, they're finding space through the minion waves that they're pushing slowly.
Oh, is this a call? Are they gonna burst?
No, JP sees it. It's way too
Untuk
risky.
kali
They
ya.
cannot play the 50-50 as well because they're up against a Joy who got a good lead early. At this
Whoa.
point, this is a 50-50. This is a
Inisiasi.
sure.
Oh,
Wait, too deep, too deep.
Yes.
Oh, he wasn't able to find his target.
Hilang sudah.
Immortality already popped. Sanford already using the bravest fighter. Will
Nah,
try to
sudah.
escape, and it's a no. Super Marco shuts him down.
Suppress.
Carl TZ
Dibalikin
doesn't
dong.
even get to deal enough damage to deal with the backlines. Kyle TZ instead will re-engage, look for more. But will that be the right call? Even Team Liquid Philippines, very
5 lawan
low
4
cooldown,
ini.
they're prepared.
They don't want it. They're a man down. Flap Teasy pushing the advantage. Falcons, that's a small win,
Boleh
but what do
kali
they do with
bawahnya.
it?
Yeah, they have to clear up the minion waves down bottom because now the passive push by Liquid is in effect for them. They couldn't get Carl TZ or any other of the main damage dealers of Liquid down, but without JP here, are they gonna try to? Will they get this?
Masih berani masuk kah?
This is Sanford and the hard guard. Oheb trying to contest, but Kyle TZ with retribution will successfully take it for themselves.
The gambit worked.
A clean take for the Lord. Falcons now 2,000 gold ahead. Carl Teasy just respawned.
Yeah.
Liquid have to recover.
Leader
The
11.000.
gambit worked. They knew that they might have gassed out Liquid in that last exchange, so Falcons just decided to rush the Lord instead.
This is a throwback to another old Falcons identity.
Di
A war
level
of
udah max
attrition.
level di situ.
Resources, battle spell counting, cooldowns. In effect, it had to go the long way around. They had to take down Daddy JP first for Liquid to run out of good choices, options, decisions to make.
Oh.
And now they have a Lord.
Oh my goodness, this is a 1v1.
La,
But there's the help.
la, la, la.
Sanji
Ini
with the
satu
divine
lagi.
judgment denies him the dashes, but the electrifying beats might
Tapi
still
mati
make
juga.
it. He gets to take down Kyle, and now they're going after Few.
Oh my!
It's a double kill for Carl TZ. Oh, but looking like the next target, the Super Marco has his
Dia
salmon force
tinggal
just in
dong.
time. Carl TZ just trying to escape, but he
Carl.
will get left all alone. But JP and the other members are
JP.
already here to aid him as well.
Now it's Liquid's
Yeah,
turn. They
give us-
split Falcons up. Falcons was too comfortable.
Oh, Carl TZ.
Carl again, the surprise play. Carl freaking teasing this time with the swing back and the turnaround.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Oh my goodness, 715.
Marco.
But can he escape it? Super Marco has the
Lu,
breaker.
lu,
But barely.
lu. Masih selamat. Apa itu bang?
Saved by the Lone Stallion.
Ada Angelanya dong.
The chef is cooking.
Hi ho, Sanji.
Gokil.
Liquid, do not fall. Not here, not now.
Just when that could have been another shutdown on Carl. Oh my goodness, Sanji.
A minute until the Lord spawns lower quarter. No inhibitors have fallen just yet, so no real long lane advantage either team holds.
Sampai di flicker Super
5
Marco loh.
series is the streak that Falcons face. 5 series they have been unable to defeat Liquid. There was a time in history where the script was flipped, where it was Team Liquid Philippines constantly losing to Falcons. But in this new era, as we may just be seeing the light finally die out on the embers of what was once the Falcons era, the Falcons AP Bren era. But it's not over yet. But where will they find their hope? Where will they find their turnaround when Carl
Untuk
teasing
gol,
on a joy with a
masih
5
berimbang, Bang, ya?
Angela is already too much for Falcons to handle.
All right, a calculated use of a feathered airstrike to clear the waves. Few pops that top lane. Lord spawns in the lower quarter. 40, thinking if he could start a dance. Flapped easy man marking JP.
Yeah.
Angelanya sangat berhati-hati di sana dah.
That might end up becoming a key item later.
Extra lives. Again, chances for Oheb to make more of this 1-0-0 record.
Yeah.
He's played very conservatively,
berani,
and I
Bang.
think that is to Liquid's
Emang belum
advantage. He
kelihatan
doesn't have to put
saja.
himself in harm's way.
Yeah, he
Harit
built up his Sky Piercer
sama
early. He
Parse.
doesn't have a lot of stacks, but he can start chaining them in the end.
Sudah
Well,
pasti
you
menunggu
also see
Angela di
JP
sana.
build up
Pikirnya.
an anti-Cuirass that will diminish the damage that Kyle TZ can dish out.
Yeah, his immortality is back too.
Divine Glaive for few, and that might just be it. That might just be the light of hope that Falcons needs.
Okay. Sanford and JP kick Kyle Teasy out of their side of the jungle. Massive pull here for Falcons. Is this right? Are they winning it? Feather strike!
Look at that! It
Mampus
was
sudah.
just the divine blade that you mentioned, but look at how Sanford
They're rushing.
was brought
Udah
down to
sekarat
very
itu
low
lornya.
HP. JP has information, but can Carl TZ
They
catch
get it?
up? Kyle TZ will take it away from Team Liquid Philippines. There goes the electrifying beats, but now all they could see is Flap Super Marco with the
Dikeras
answer,
sama
and
Flap.
that forces Team Liquid Philippines away.
And Falcons didn't even need to lean
Masih
into it. They
berani
were
kali
happy
mereka.
with what they got.
Oh, the better airstrike was captured.
Gawat,
But
gawat,
he
gawat,
has
gawat
the
ini.
immortality still.
Tim Liquid,
Carl
hati-hati.
TZ just goes for the turret, and he's after Kyle.
Masih
Immortality
ada
already popped
mortal,
for Kyle
bos.
TZ.
Marco
Flickernya.
coming in.
Okay, there's the dash. He will still
Gwen.
survive again.
Oh, good with the conceal. He has the divine judgment cocked and loaded. They have to let go.
Divine Judgment, Divine Glaive, the Lord on their side. Is divinity enough to save Falcons season?
By a miracle, can they make it to the Corneta Astrodome? They're holding on to this. Lord in mid, wave sync top and bottom. Kyle Teasy locking in a malefic roar. Few on his way to a winner crown.
All items locked in.
Sudah
Still
menit
waiting for 2
20.
more on that Angela who's been juggling items. Sanji on this Angela has been too much.
Jebol udah pasti nih.
Perfect angle for JP, perfect angle for Carl. Look where they are in the map.
Yep.
Ada Roda di
He can
sana.
just come in from the sides.
All right, Feather strike by few.
Oh, JP, he
Too
finds
deep?
Super Marco, but he's all
Berkorban
alone.
itu. Kasihan.
He's all alone without
Masih
the
dirasuki dong.
immortality.
It buys time though because Falcons couldn't use the Lord. They broke the tower in mid, but it bought time for Liquid to recalibrate.
Slow roll. Falcons going for the discipline.
Jebol lagi dong ini.
Mid lane finally penetrated. Bottom gonna be up next.
Yep. They'll have to deal with the waves for now. Heartguard already used on Carl TZ. They will just do it.
Kena Tara.
Judgment on the sandboard, and he
Kenapa?
gets blasted by Super Marco.
The Predator turned prey.
Strong,
They got
strong,
Isaac
strong,
Carl.
strong.
Carl TZ
Gawat.
looking for Carl. There's the stun and the falling star move.
My goodness!
Immortality spot for
Hilang
Carl
udah.
TZ. That's a shutdown for Super Marco.
Dong 2 lawan 5 gimana ceritanya ini. Serot.
Sanji and Oheb, what can you do?
2-1 GG tim Falcon wah.
Falcons will stay
Gokil bos.